Hey, good morning to you guys. I know a little different location, right? I'm on the floor. So listen, today we're going to be starting some of our videos on how we use mindfulness to help get ourselves to be learning ready. So you've all had lessons, I would assume, on the zones of regulation, and the zone we always want to be in is the green zone. And sometimes when we come in from recess or after other events that might be going on in school, like a house meeting, we might be starting to push up into that yellow zone because we're starting to feel a little silly or goofy. We may even be way at the top of that yellow zone and just a little bit out of control. So part of what we want to do with our breathing then, or with our mindful tools, is to get us back into the green zone so we are truly ready to learn. It's really hard to learn when we have all these other distractions and things going on. So focusing on ourselves and focusing on our breath and being aware of ourselves will help us get into that green zone. So to do that, I'm going to start on the floor today. We're going to do a strategy. It's called 10 good breaths. Remember, the first thing we want to do is focus on our breathing and then find our anchor. And then from there, we return kind of back to that focus of really what we're trying to do and what our mind is trying to think in that mindfulness practice. And today, I'm going to talk about a few things. We're going to start off by just listening to the sounds that you hear around you. Then we might switch to trying to just ignore all those sounds and just focusing on the breath. This strategy is just called 10 good breaths. And it's just to take 10 breaths where you're just really trying to focus on the breath that you have and trying to extend that breathing so it gets longer and longer. So I'm going to move my computer here just for a second, and I'm going to put this down more towards the floor so you can see me. All right, so I like to lay down on my back with my knees up. This is what's comfortable for me. You get in a position that's comfortable for you. That might be sitting up. I got to move this a bit. That might be sitting up in your chair. Kind of weird with me laying on the floor, huh? But that might be you sitting up in a chair. It might be with your head down on a desk. It's whatever is comfortable for you. For this one, I really like to be laying on the floor, and I like to have my knees bent because that feels better on my back. If you like your legs extended out, you can extend your legs out. That's up to you, but you've got to first find space for you. So teachers, you might want to pause this right here, have all the kids find a space, and then once they're ready, you can return back to this video. So I'm going to go ahead and get back on my back and get ready. Again, I got my knees up. Let's see if I can turn this a little more so you can see me. Again, my head just goes back. I just try to relax. I can already feel my back. It just feels good like that. So again, I like to put my hands on my belly so I can feel my belly go up and down as I breathe. So our focus is on the breaths. So I want to, in my mind, I want to label every breath as breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And that's going to be my focus to start. And again, this is my anchor on my belly. You want to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay, almost all the time in mindful practices or when we're doing breathing exercises, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start with our breaths. Again, get yourself comfortable. You can put your hands by your sides if you like them by your sides. You might prefer them in close to your body. Some people might prefer them to be a little bit outside your body. Again, I like my fingers locked and then put right on my tummy. So here we go. I'm going to start my breaths. I want you to start with me. We're going to start by breathing in and feel your belly come up. Ready? Breathe in and then out. That's one. Breathe in. And then breathe out. That's two. Now I want you to focus on things you might hear. I can hear the fan going right now and the air coming down. We're going to breathe in again. Ready? Breathe in. And blow out. Breathe in. Listen for all the things you hear. You might hear a teacher next door. You might hear some kids next door. Maybe you hear some music playing somewhere. Maybe you can hear somebody else teaching a class. Think about all the things that you're hearing and try to return back to your breath and just think about breathing in and out and feeling that rise and fall or paying attention to it. Here we go. We're going to breathe in again. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now I've taken you through about 6 breaths. I want you to go through the last 4 on your own. I'll do mine. And I want you just to think about your breathing in and out and try to ignore all the other sounds that you hear, everything else, and just focus on your breaths. Label them with your words. Say in quietly to yourself, in and out, and really hear the breathing and focus on just the breathing for the last 4 breaths. Ready? Here we go. That's 2 for me. When you hit your 4th one, I want you just to sit there and breathe normally. Not deep breaths, just breathe normal until everybody is done. So just keep breathing with your eyes closed. Now, as you return back to your normal breaths, pay attention that your breaths now are much shorter. They're not as deep. You can choose to breathe in and out through your mouth or in and out through your nose because your breaths are much smaller. You'll notice that your stomach is going to lift up and go down a little bit faster. It's not as long. So pay attention to those things as we finish this up. Another 10 seconds of just quiet, focusing on just your breaths, but not deep ones, just regular breaths for 10 seconds. Ready, go. All right, go ahead and open your eyes. Take a couple more breaths. All right, now you can go ahead and sit up if you'd like, or lift your head up if you were on your desk. And I want you to really think for a second, how do you feel now? Now that you finished those 10 breaths, you should feel a little more calm. You should feel a little more focused on the things that are around you and really kind of focused on yourself as well. This is that awareness piece. And now you probably would notice how quiet your classroom is, which is amazing. So mindfulness practice can really help you focus on yourself because remember that awareness piece says, I'm looking at my poster, that you're mindful of yourself and then mindful of others and then also of property. So to be mindful of yourself is important as well. So have an awesome day today and we'll see you soon.